Alright, I'm going to talk about some tips on how to fight this mini boss here. So the first thing you want to do is when you walk in, you want to grab one of the two power-ups. And this is just because if we get a ×2 or ×3, we can kill them a little bit faster. And there's not a lot of downside to the power-ups. Usually, if you get like a short tongue or slowdown, usually you can kind of work with it where you're not losing a lot of time anyway, if any. So I'll show some examples of how to fight this guy in a minute. But basically some general strats is you want to keep some distance between you and him right at the start, because he's going to drop in initially, bounce, and then he'll come up, come back down, and on the second bounce is when he'll drop little guys that you can grab to shoot at him. And when he comes back down for the third bounce is usually when you'll get your first actual shot at him to hit him. And so usually if you get a ×2 or ×3, you'll kill him on the third bounce, which I'll show some examples of. But if not, ideally you can still kill him on the fourth bounce, and there's some strats that we'll talk about on how to do that as well. So I'm going to kind of show a few different examples and kind of walk through them, and hopefully that'll give you a little more clarity on how to fight this guy. Alright, we'll start off here with the ×2. So basically, you'll come in, grab the power up, then set yourself up to get the grab here. So he bounces, I grab all three, then immediately fire, take him out, and there we go. The ×3 is going to look kind of similar. Just come in, grab the ×3, grab all three, and take them out. If you have the ×3, you don't need to grab all three. You can get them with two, but I just happen to grab all three on that one. So one tip for this boss, you can actually damage him without shooting at him. This is basically done by being directly underneath him as he lands. When you do that, I believe what's happening is he's spawning the three little guys, and it's blowing them up when it hits you as well. So he's taking damage from those. I don't fully understand how it works, I just know it does. So I'll demonstrate it in this video here. This strat can be kind of nice if the first grab you get isn't a very good grab. So for this one, I'm going to demonstrate I only get 2 off the first grab, and I don't go for the power up. I get the power up on accident here, because I was trying to demonstrate without a power up. So I grab 2, just happen to grab the power up there, but it doesn't end up mattering. Shoot the 2 out here, and then he's going to come back here. I get right underneath him and kills him. So another really good power up for this fight is the star, and it's because it makes it a lot easier to do the damage underneath him without taking damage yourself. Because sometimes the problem is when you try and kill him by just going underneath him, sometimes if your positioning's off, you won't do damage to him and you'll take damage, and then you just get caught up in getting hit and getting more bounces, and you just lose a bunch of time. But the star is really nice because you can take damage. So I'm going to show a few examples of the star here and kind of how it helps. So this first one, I come in, get the star, and then I get 3 off the grab. So I shoot him with all 3. So from here, you could grab 3 more and take him out. But because I have the star, I basically just rush him. He's coming, bouncing right back to me. I get underneath him, take him out, and I'm good to go. So another benefit of the star invincibility power up is it gives you the ability to more easily shoot him while you're underneath him, which can be beneficial, and I'll show why in this example. So in this example, I only get 1 grab off the start, but when I hit him here, I'm also taking out the other guy as well. So I think I'm getting him for 2 here. And then this allows me, because I have the invincibility power up, I can basically just immediately go underneath him again really easily and take him out on the next bounce. So I want to show an example with a short tongue, just because it really can be just as efficient with a short tongue if you do it well. So there really isn't a ton of downside to getting the power up, because even if you get one of the negatives like a short tongue, you can still kill him in pretty much the same amount of bounces as you would any other power up besides a times 2 or times 3. So I'll show this here. I come in, I go for the power up. It's going to be a short tongue. I get 3 off the draw here, and then I hit him with all 3. And then because the way this bounce works, all 3 of the guys are kind of to the right of him. And because I have the short tongue, it would be hard to grab all those guys. So it is easier just to go right underneath him. And I'll take him out on this bounce. And there we go. So I wanted to show an example here where I don't get any sort of power up and I don't get good grabs, and just to kind of show what it can look like. So I come in here, I purposely don't get the power up, and I purposely grab 2 off the start here. Just patience, hit him on the first opportunity, and then I'm ready for another grab right away. I grab 2 more on purpose just to show another bad grab. Patient here. Get a shot off here, and then ready for another grab, and then ready for the shot. Even though I get hit there, I still take him out. So that was in total 5 bounces, including that like first initial bounce. So I'll show it again just so we can count it out. So first bounce comes in here, 1, bounce number 2, third bounce, 4th bounce, and then 5th bounce there. The third bounce is the first opportunity you're going to get to shoot him, so it's going to take you at least 3 bounces. Good fights are usually 4, obviously, because sometimes you don't get, times 2 or times 3 where you can take him out right away. But even here, with bad grabs, I can still take him out in 5. So it's really important just to recognize, like, it's good to stay away from him unless you're going for the strat where you get underneath him to do damage. So some space at the very beginning is good because it just gives you some options. But yeah, that was some just general tips on how to take this guy out. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any additional questions, let me know.